Hey everyone, it's Kim Davey here live with AfterBuzz TV on the red carpet tonight for the new 6-part mini-series, The Hot Zone, all about Ebola. Tonight we're going to be talking with the stars, the directors, the composers. Do not go anywhere. Nancy and Jerry, obviously this must have been a lifelong adventure now for you, literally.
That's true.
So how did it start off when the book first came about? How did the book situation start for you?
Well, it started after Richard wrote an article in the New Yorker, which was the magazine article, and there was such a positive response to it, he decided to do a book, and that's kind of how it evolved, I think.
Within our world, it was a sensation because he so skillfully addressed emerging disease and the kind of things we had to be worried about, and he had that knack of telling a story that a precocious 6th grader could understand. But someone who had a PhD in microbiology wouldn't go, well, that's just so much BS. And it was exciting. And so, hats off to him. He made a huge difference. We have, over the years, we have talked to, I don't know, just between the two of us, hundreds of people who have gone to medical school or gone to veterinary school or become a microbiologist or a virologist because they read The Hot Zone. And so it's pretty impressive that he was able to do that, and we're hopeful that this particular venue will, extend that work because it is not over yet, and it'll never be over because we have so much work to do as far as finding countermeasures to infectious disease.
Absolutely. And are you still both very much involved in doing that? Like outside your movie careers?
We have retired.
We have retired, yes. But we still have strong links to Kansas State, and they have a lot of, because of what happened with the Hot Zone, they have a lot of new initiatives there to include a $1.2 billion laboratory that's being constructed by the USDA. So it is a continuing battle, and again, this whole business has had a tremendous effect on people in our community.
Yeah, awesome. And so tonight, have you watched any of the episodes yet?
Yes. We've seen the first 2.
Okay. And what is it like seeing yourself portrayed on screen? Did Juliana did a good job?
She did a great job. I think she really captured the whole thing very well. So yeah, it's a little surreal to see your name and somebody else's face. It's pretty cool. So she did a great job.
And what about you, Jerry? How do you feel about being up there but not?
It's exciting. It's flattering that they, had portrayed us in, what seems to be a positive light, and so, it's important to us that we don't look too silly, and I think they certainly haven't done that. So we're excited, and we appreciate what they've done.
What kind of input did you have on the development of the characters in the show?
Very little, actually.
Well, we were heavily involved in when Richard wrote the book because, we did extensive work with him to tell the story. I think when this happened, what they have done, they came to visit us and they talked to us, the writers. And they would call us and ask us questions about, well, how would you do this or how would you do that? But they didn't really say, we're going to have you running across the street doing this. It was more the atmospherics of how we worked, and at least in my opinion, from what we've seen, they've captured the atmospherics of sort of our workplace, except, it sort of looks like nobody could pay the light bill because it's always so dark. It's rarely so dark. Of course, dark means spooky. So, but we think they've captured that, in a very realistic light. So I think people who are in the business are not going to go, oh man, this is, it's not outbreak, sort of a deal.
What would you say is your most proudest, academic achievement today?
Academic,
I think having so many people that have decided to
enter the profession, I think that's to both of us, that's a very important thing. So I would consider that, even though it's not a direct achievement, it is certainly an achievement to have so many people encouraged and wanting to work in the field.
Inspiring others to fulfill.
Yes,
and I think being involved in the initiatives that are going on in Kansas with the attraction of the NBAF, which is the Plum Island lab that's being built in Manhattan, where we worked for the years after we got out of the service. So that has a very strong, will leave a very strong imprint in, in North Central Kansas for decades.
Amazing. Well, I hope you really enjoy this evening and enjoy this whole long legacy that it'll be, and appreciate you stopping by. Thank you.
Talk to you.